I won concert tickets when I was on the Howard Stern show. He gave me 2 free tickets to the Rainforest. It was like a George Harrison Memorial Rainforest Benefit concert at Carnegie Hall. Tickets were ridiculously expensive. I had better seats than Howard. Howard was there. I was like maybe 5 or 6 rows back. He was like maybe 12 rows back. And but in meeting Elton John, I think it was the dress rehearsal. I showed up for the dress rehearsal where all the performers just came out, and that's when you were allowed to go up to the stage, and I just reached up and he had little tiny hands. Elton John, you'd think, as an accomplished piano player, he had little tiny hands. But I got to shake his hand. That was kind of cool. A funny story about that particular concert is after the dress rehearsal, we all had to leave. They had to clear the auditorium, and then they let us back in when the actual show began. And for some reason, this is my Patti Labelle story. Okay. Met Patti Labelle, and this is how it happened. When I was 22 years old, I got kidnapped by the Russian mafia.
I was going to say, I got involved with the Russian mafia.
When I was 30 years old, I met Patti Labelle, and this is how it happened. When we went outside, I didn't have anything to do. I had like maybe an hour to kill. So I was just walking around Carnegie Hall, walking around, looking at some of the restaurants and stuff around, and I happened to walk by a trash can. Just an open trash can. And somebody, a lover's spat or something, there was a bouquet of flowers sitting on the top of the trash can. Just a beautiful bouquet of flowers. It looked really nice. Somebody probably got mad. I don't want these flowers. And they just...
This is for your whore!
So I decided to pick up these flowers. They were in great condition. They looked fantastic. They were beautiful. A full bouquet of flowers. And I said, I got an idea. During the show... During this concert, I'm going to present these flowers. You know how they do it, like operas and stuff? I'm going to present these flowers
and then
to
they
somebody.
start getting thrown at them.
Yeah.
Bravo!
And I did not quite know who to give these to, because I didn't know everybody that was going to be performing. But then when Patti Labelle came out, there was a lot of stars at this thing. James Taylor.
No, he's not a good rose recipient.
No. I don't think Sting was there. Elton John, Jeff Beck, a bunch of... anyway, so I'm sitting about sort of in the middle. You know how rows are set up. I would have to sort of scooch by a lot of people if I wanted to get up. Yeah. And when Patti Labelle is almost done with her performance, I decided, okay, I'm going to give these flowers that I'm holding. I'm going to present them.
Excuse me.
Right, that's me. And I'm going to present them to Patti Labelle. So, and the audience is full of celebrities too. Chelsea Clinton was there, Ellen Barkin, Howard Stern. I mean, it's a who's who of celebrities in this audience. And I decided to get up right at the end of this thing, and I walk all the way up to the stage, and I present them to her. She takes them from me. And I turn around to immediately go back to my seat. Everybody in the audience is sort of pointing to me to turn around and look up on stage. And Patti Labelle is beckoning me back to the stage because she wants me to do a little dance with her. Not up on the stage because it was way high, but she just wanted me to dance there in front of the stage, and she was dancing, and we were dancing together, and it was a magical moment, and everybody was laughing, and it was fun. I presented her flowers. She did a little dance with me. I went back to my seat. As I was getting back to my seat, security came up and said, "Sir, do not get out of your seat again." I don't know if maybe they were televising the show or something. They didn't want that. That's cool. That's fine. Went and sat back down. Me and Howard discussed all this on his show a few days later, too. He's like, "Oh, look at you up there dancing with Patti Labelle, thinking you're a big shot and all that." But then, here's the cool part. After the concert, all of us peasants go around back. All the artists are leaving out this back door, and they're signing autographs, taking pictures. The cell phone cameras weren't real big back then.
No.
So people had like the disposable cameras. Right. Everybody had the Razor, I think.
Yeah.
This one has 2 megapixels.
And everybody, you know, when Sting comes, I don't remember if Sting was there or not. I think he might have been. I don't think Elton John came back. But anyway, there's different celebrities. But everybody's just trying to just quickly snap a picture or get them to sign anything. So then Patti Labelle comes out. And she walks through the crowd, and she sees me, and I see her. And I say, hey, Patti, I'm the one who brought you the flowers. And she immediately comes over and gives me this huge hug. And people are around us don't understand what's going on. They like, why is Patti Labelle just hugging?
Who the hell's this dude?
Right. So it was kind of cool. I felt really important and special for a moment because I gave Patti Labelle flowers from the
gesture,
trash.
and it sounds as though it just caught her at the right moment.
Yeah.
So,
but if she had known that I had taken those flowers out of the trash,
why are you saying this right now?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Chris, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard. I'm the guy who walked up and bothered you as soon as you sat down at the Rainforest concert. Remember I said I'm the guy, the priest who's leaving the seminary?
I didn't know what you were talking about. I was with my daughter.
Yeah, I didn't mean to bother you, man. I was just trying to get a picture or whatever. But John was real cool, you know. He actually took a picture of me and him together, you know.
Who's Stamos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was actually in the third row, man. I had way better seats than you.
Yeah, I had horrible seats.
The guy you gave the tickets to had better seats.
Well, you know, it was just a filler. Like, nobody had showed up, so the usher told me to go down there. I could sit right down there. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I
And then,
could barely see.
When, I went down there and gave Patti Labelle the flowers.
Oh, that was you, right?
Yeah. And then, you know, she had me doing like a little dance there in front of the stage.
Yeah, you're quite the cut up.
He had a whole thing going
Yeah, this guy had a whole thing. Like, he ran up on stage, gave her flowers, and she was dancing with him. It was a whole thing.
You know what weirds me out? Have you ever even known anybody in their whole life who brought flowers to a concert to give to somebody?
No.
That's an odd
Oh,
move.
this guy was as odd as they come. You don't even
But you
know.
always see those guys in the concert,
yeah.
and you wonder, how do they know to do that?
Kind of guy that pulls out a gun all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like,
Now that guy-
wouldn't be surprised.
That guy's dangerous.
That was wacky. It was kind of funny, though.